It's been a rule of mine to separate a piece of art from the artist. I can look objectively at the art of George W. Bush and say, yeah, that's surprisingly good. And so on, and still separate the content of their writing from their opinions as people. I think that anyone, be they famous or the average Joe on the internet, should be able to give their opinions on any given subject. I hate when I see people say, you should just stick to writing, or you should just stick to acting, because they didn't like what somebody famous had to say. Just because you've become noteworthy for something doesn't mean you should censor yourself. Granted, certain level of censorship required if you're a public figure like that. I plan on becoming a full-time author, and my livelihood at that point would depend on the sales of my product. But at the same time, I think that someone should be able to speak their mind. I disagree with some of the political today. It's possible to respect a person's work or art and separate them from the person themselves. This has been something I've struggled really fucking hard with when it comes to J.K. Rowling. Goes for everything in general. I make a very conscious effort to try and have legitimate conversations with people and at least hear them out. It doesn't mean I'm always going to agree with them. It doesn't mean I'm always going to think they're correct, and it doesn't mean that I'm always going to think that they're even particularly intelligent. I've had arguments with people where I'll tell them directly what the fuck something is, and they're so fucking stupid that they'll actually ignore everything I just said and revert back to the previous stance, which is factually inaccurate and can be proven wrong with multiple
Cells at work. Who asked for this? I mean, with my experience in the anime community, we want anime versions of everything. An anime version of My Little Pony, an anime version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and even an anime version of RWBY so that people can tell me to shut the hell up and review it on Anime America's channel instead of our other channel, Pop Spectrum. You know who you are. At random times, we would actually get anime versions of some movies and TV shows like the Powerpuff Girls, Batman, Supernatural, Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, that was a thing. And even have anime Deadpool. Alright, note to self, watch anime Deadpool later. But here we have Cells at Work, which is basically an anime version of Osmosis Jones. Anyways, I've seen the show pop up here and there, and found it was the second trendiest anime recently next to Attack on Titan Season 3. But I guess I'm here making this video to ask you all, why? Why is this so popular? The story is basically a humanoid presentation of what goes on inside the human body. You learn through these characters like the red blood cells and white blood cells what their roles are in regards to caring for the body they live in. The story mostly focuses on certain members of each cell group, like this young woman from the red blood cell group, and this gentleman from the white blood cell group. I like him. And we explore the human body while learning what happens to each group and how they react when the body is attacked. From the flu virus to head trauma to cancer cells, more on that later. This anime gives a unique perspective on the workings of the human anatomy. Because of this approach, some argue that this anime is pretty helpful in teaching younger viewers about anatomy and such, to which I can definitely see that. The series describes how everything works and what role each character plays to take care of the body, but this really isn't the draw that brings the anime fans in. The elements that gets people's attention is this, this, well, mostly her outfit, mostly them. The platelets, the cutest little kids who come up to patch up damaged tissue and make the necessary repairs. Okay, yeah, they are pretty cute. Well, to each their own, I guess. The elements going into this series is charming and adorable, but it doesn't really have anything too spectacular from what I've seen. With its comedic approach, I don't really see the show going too dark or challenging. I mean, nothing like this possible scenario right here. Yeah, given how obsessed the fans are with the platelets, good luck with this one. So, take it for what it is, and Cancer? They're fighting cancer cells. Be right back reading the manga. Okay, folks, we have a problem. Educating the audience on what goes on inside the body when it's attacked by germs and trauma is fine. But what's the one thing you really shouldn't do in personifying these kinds of things with human emotions? Well, how about giving cancer cells a tragic and sympathetic backstory? Cancer cells. I'm not even kidding, like, why? Why is this written in a way where we feel sorry for cancer cells? And why does he look hot? Look at him! That's Kaneki Ken! Another white-haired, tragic character forced into the world of cannibalism, and the fans think he's hot. Here's the difference, though. Kaneki is a human being forced to transform into a ghoul with zero consent, and his whole life turns upside down into Tragedy Central. This is cancer. A deformed cell in your body that can possibly kill you, and he's portrayed like an abandoned bad boy. What is this? Here's White Blood Cell doing his job to protect the human body, you know, the very thing that you and I are currently living in right now. But Cancer is just lying there wondering why he was ever born. And look at that crying face. No. This is going way too far. And if you're thinking, well, maybe he's just trying to manipulate White Blood Cell and others with fake tears, if that were seriously the case, then why does he have his own tragic backstory? I was deformed from birth because of someone else's mistake. My friend was also a cancer cell, and I watched him get killed in front of my eyes. Everyone hates us because we're corrupted cells, but we never asked to be this way. Here's the difference, though. Kaneki is a human being forced to transform into a ghoul with zero consent, and his whole life turns upside down into Tragedy Central. Forced to transform into a ghoul with zero consent, and his whole life turns upside down into Tragedy Central. Forced to transform into a ghoul with zero consent, and his whole life turns upside down into Tragedy Central. I was deformed from birth because of someone else's mistake. My friend was also a cancer cell, and I watched him get killed in front of my eyes. Everyone hates us because we're corrupted cells, but we with Kirito in the real world. All I'm saying is, for a guy who's supposed to be smart and really wants Kirito dead, why confront him with a knife when you could have done this? Am I wrong? Seriously, am I wrong? Play that again.
Hannah and Lark are going to kill you!
I filled the jar. Let me have this. You can't cry outrage and threaten to unsubscribe just because we don't like the show but love to make fun of it. Jokes are jokes.
Is it now? Is it now? What was it that Misanthropony said about the nostalgia critic when he tried to use that as a counter-argument? It probably went something like this.
You cannot say that comedy is subjective and just use that as a crutch to defend Doug Walker from criticism. If everything that Doug Walker does as the nostalgia critic is just a joke, then this one is a clip of him deliberately using the N-word for the sake of a cheap gag.
What's up, my niggas?
If that's supposed to be a joke, then we all owe PewDiePie an apology.
You know, instead of downright insulting people like us and saying we're better off dead,
She literally overcame one of the most resentful
deep and probably bitchiest love rivals in anime. Inuyasha, you're an amazing dude, but I still don't like Kikyo. And let's not forget the old yellings to each other. Kagome! Inu!
Hey, wait, I was right. You are angry after all.
This 俺が持っていても何の役にも立たねえ。おめえにやる。お袋が残してくれたのは、そいつとこのヒネズミの衣だけだった。
お前の母は人間だったのか？
ああ、まあな。
こんな大切なものを。
気にすんね。ヒネズミの衣は十分役に立ってる。
すまなかった、犬夜叉。そうとは知らず、何度も射抜いてしまった。
気にしちゃいねえよ。それよりお前が渡すって言ってたのは。
But seriously.
Kikyo handed over the sacred jewel shard to Naraku. Kikyo, who had died once, then rose again with a body made of clay. Kikyo, who despises me, who tried to murder Kagome. Where are you, my Kikyo? Kagome, are you all right?
Where'd you come from?
What do you think you're pulling here, dogface? How dare you put my Kagome in danger? Who are you to talk?
It's fucking crickets. The solutions to
Pointing. And at the end of it all, he reveals that his one wish from the Shikon Jewel was to make Kikyo's heart his. Not sure if too lazy to put in the effort for her, or accurately showed the right amount for someone like Kikyo. With how they both treat other people and how annoying they really are, they deserve each other, so they can both die in a fire. Not sure if too lazy to put in the effort for her, or accurately showed the right amount for someone like Kikyo. With how they both treat other people.
It's close. Whatever it was that escaped Mount Hakure. Huh? A barrier? And it's a pure barrier. The same kind that surrounds Mount Hakure. So then, is this the person who created the barrier? Huh? Demonic aura is seeping out of the broken barrier. And it's Naraku's demonic energy. You seem to be one who was most virtuous during his lifetime.
First a monk, now a priestess. So do you also pursue Naraku?
Tell me, did Naraku hide himself deep inside the barrier you created?
Your gaze is intense, priestess. Are you attempting to look deep within my heart?
I do not even have to try. Your heart is plain for me to see.
It is all right for you to hate them. What did they do? They revered you as a saint and called you holy, and made you promise to become the living Buddha. The fools. Then they buried you alive in solitary darkness. Hate them. Hate them all. The humans of this world.
Do you scorn me? I, a saint who saved people and forgave their sins, became the one who was lost and died suffering. Then Naraku, a demon, came to me and saved my soul.
Your soul was saved? If so, then what is this sadness? This great sadness which permeates the barrier?
I was not truly a saint. While on the brink of death, I came to that realization.
And at that moment, his soul became lost. Then Naraku came to the soul which was lost in the darkness and gave it purpose. But hating people and protecting the evil demon Naraku, was that really what your heart desired? Your soul will not find salvation by keeping this tainted barrier around you at the behest of Naraku. Is there truly anyone in this world who has not doubted or who has never sinned at all?
The people all revered me as a saint, so I was resolved to be one.
I was like you when I was still alive. I tried to live without doubt, without mistakes.
Ah, so I was right. You too are dead.
It is true, and that is why I can understand the pain you are feeling. To doubt is to be human. Humans try to be divine, to be free of doubt.
I could not become a living Buddha. My attachment to corporeal life sent my soul to hell.
Do not be ashamed that you yearned for life. It is no cause for damnation. And so I ask you to please dissolve this barrier.
Why are you asking this of me?
Because I hope that you will allow me to touch your soul.
And then you wish to lay me to rest. You who are a dead priestess. There. I've dissolved the barrier as you asked of me, priestess. You said you wanted to lay me to rest and dissolve the barrier around Mount Hakure, did you not? However, I was buried alive and now my soul is filled with anger and hatred. I fear that it cannot be saved.
You are wrong. I never said that I had the ability to save your soul from the darkness. But I do want you to tell me, what is it that makes you so unbearably sad?
Sad, you say?
Even though I touch your very soul, I cannot feel the hatred and bitterness you speak of.
Hate them. It's all right for you to hate them. Hate them all. The humans of this world.
But
The tears you shed were not tears of hatred toward humans and their world.
Yes, you're right. I wanted to die an admirable death as a saint. But it was not to be. I did not want to admit my own weakness. So I cried in despair over the weakness of my own heart.
How painful it must have been.
Yes, it was painful.
You have done more than enough good in this world. So please, let your soul become free.
Is that all right?
Yes, it's all right. There is not one person in this world who never feels lost, who has never sinned in life. those who try to be forever divine, those who try to be forever kind, and even those who are tainted by evil. Everyone wishes to be saved. Isn't that right, Konsuke? He has found peace.
Help me, nigga! Help me!
Annoying they really are, they deserve each other, so they
die. But if there was one other character that was equally hated, it would have to be Kikyo. Kikyo was a powerful priestess who was killed due to a giant misunderstanding. A misunderstanding caused by, hello! Kikyo died believing Inuyasha betrayed her, so when she's revived from the dead, she still hates Inuyasha for what he supposedly did. Since Kagome incarnation, Kagome takes part of her soul back, which leads Kikyo to wander throughout the land and steal souls of the recently departed to keep her body functioning.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, she's trying to justify her existence, saying she'll kill Naraku while also dealing with her love-hate relationship with Inuyasha. What is this story? But throughout her journey, she has to rely on the souls of others in order to stay alive. These two use whatever
I could never hate you or think less of you. It's your spirit I care for, not your appearance.
Truly, Inuyasha, you wouldn't? You wouldn't despise me if I used these hands to steal the life from you?
She's kissing him!
Inuyasha! After meeting you, I renounced my position as a shrine priestess. I became an ordinary woman. I longed to embrace you like this when I was alive.
Just like me around. Huh? It's been fun playing house with you. Maybe someday I could be your real wife?
What got you thinking about that?
I just noticed how strong and brave you are, and you're good with kids, too. What's not to like?
You think so?
What are you getting so embarrassed about? I was just making a joke.
Ah! I know the word for you! Gramps calls me that! Juvenile!
Juvenile? Jeez, you're one to talk. And love! I'm sorry if you feel that way, Mr. Vulcan, but my heart belongs to my sweet little Natsu.
Yeah? Well, I say you're mine, so that means you're mine, okay?
You don't make the rules around here!
Disrespected me.
Don't tell me you two are fighting again.
Oh, hey, Lasana. Glad you're back.
He ate my whole fish and didn't even ask me first!
Whenever I eat any fish, you say it's yours.
Jeez, Natsu, you're the dad. So you gotta take good care of your wife and son.
That was like 1,000,000 years ago.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Nothing!
It's normal for families to have a fight every once in a while. What's important is that you make up. No matter what happens, Happy is still our son. I think Lasana's getting psycho on us.
Don't talk like that, man!
Oh, then should I talk like this?
You know that's not what I meant!
Juvenile as ever, I see.
Stop!
You got a problem with my cat, you'll have to take it up with me, lady. Well?
Whoa, she looks just like...
Lasana!
No way.
It can't be. Perhaps she's the one from Edalus?
How in the world did she end up here? What should we do? Natsu! It's you! I thought I'd never see you again! Oh,
But...
what's going on?
Just just a dream.
If you're gonna steal my bed, you could at least try to look a little happier! That's it! I'm done doing nice things for you! I just sleep on the cold hard floor! This is the kind of things you give me! Lucy, do you have to be so loud first thing in the morning? If you two are gonna keep freeloading off me, I can be as loud as I want whenever I feel like it, okay?
It's totally worth it, though. This bed is like a fluffy cloud floating over dreamland.
Honorable mentions that are just as horrible.
What is she talking about? Let's see now. Huh?
Welcome back, Ichigo! You done with all those grown-up issues?
Now? You're...
Hurry up, Ichigo! You have to Bankai and get in here!
here? Huh?
Now we're all set!
Wait, what's going on? Hello?
Starting next episode, we'll be resuming the Hueco Mundo arc. Now's looking forward to that!
Hey!
Honestly, no. I've seen anime worse than School Days that have far more problems. But with that said, the moment...
Are you eager to see what a complete bastardization of a beloved series? My friends, the warning signs were pretty clear from the moment that Goku was transformed back into a kid, but in truth, that's only the start of the problems. Lackluster animation, uninteresting characters, the rest of the DB cast get glossed over, and the fight scenes hardly pack a punch, almost.
Answer for everything, huh? Of course. That is why I do this. For the good of the cosmos. For creation! Are you seriously crying? I am!
Up like a bitch.
Well, what about Super Saiyan 4, we hear the defenders cry out. Well, Super Saiyan 4 doesn't make up for the minutes of our lives we wasted watching the Para brothers.
Ha! Shake!
Still the brainless idiot who knows only how to destroy. One would think that a man with your experience would know when to call it quits, you bald-headed buffoon. I recommend you split town, Nappa, immediately. Unless you want to be killed by me again. You completely lost control of yourself.
It's time for the main event of Bulma's birthday, the Bingo Tournament! Bingo! Bingo! Bingo!
Okay, he's been drinking more than Gohan.
My time bingo! Ha! This is a fun place to be, oh! Yeah, the food is tasty too, yum! Let's go play, oh! Let's be friends, oh! Fun time bingo! It's time to play some bingo! Ole!
Oh. What am I even watching?
To make a comeback is inexcusable. The worst crime they ever did commit was making a ridiculous obstacle for Goku and even us to endure by turning him into a child by accident, thus starting the most annoying story arc ever built in Dragon Ball's history. The oh-so-not boring adventures of Goku, Trunks, and Pan. This entire waste of animation could have been spared if Pilaf just retired already. But nope! He'll never leave and
Number 2, Emperor Pilaf, Dragon Ball. When your biggest claim to villainy is that you inadvertently started Dragon Ball GT, then you know you're a far cry from claiming the top spot as the franchise's bad guy.
Get away from me! You're 3 times my size!
That hole!
They're not gonna fall for that.
Every season of Dragon Ball, except GT. Who the hell even likes GT? Thank God.
Did he really just say that? No. He couldn't have. He really—
Except GT. Who the hell even likes GT?
Irony. No. Fuck you.
I don't get why people like Evangelion, Sword Art Online, and Cells at Work. Stop criticizing me. I hate constructive criticism. Shitload of fuck.
Up to their wrongdoings does not give you, Miss Anthropony, the moral high ground to disparage the people who like Nostalgia Critic episodes. I don't care how much justice you think that you're bringing into the world because of it. If I'm not a fan of a movie or a specific trend of certain types of movies that are permeating the industry, I'm not going to say that the people who like them are idiots or are the cause of any sort of problem. And really, I don't care how popular the consensus is for how objectively terrible something like a movie is, you never, ever insult anyone who does happen to like it, let alone the people who worked on it. I say this because I'm willing to accept the fact that anyone or anything that I like or dislike may say more about me than about the person or thing that I like or dislike. And don't even try to pull the "this instance doesn't apply on me" card, because it does. If you have to apply your behavior that you want to display, no matter what the circumstance. Otherwise, it's a double standard. Even if it pertains to real people, not a piece of fictional media. If someone else's beliefs ignorant, at least take the effort and fairness to recognize the possibility for ignorance and arrogance in yourself. I do my best to avoid making any judgments or harboring any grudges, even if it is something that is potentially hurtful. I try to avoid doing that, even if it's not something that's completely fictional, and something that pertains very much to reality. I have a
As I think it's always important to say, if you do like these cartoons, that's great. It's just my silly personal opinion. And it's great that you can see something in these cartoons that I'm not able
to. Thank God for Super and all of its ridiculous glory. The overall narrative of Dragon Ball revolves around our main hero, Goku, and everything he encounters, from collecting Dragon Balls to make a wish, to making new friends that still make an appearance to this day, and face some of the deadliest enemies ever created in anime. Dragon Ball is just a lot of fun to watch. There's no need to take any of it seriously, especially Super. Just sit back and enjoy all the crazy awesome things the Dragon Ball universe has.
What a fucking hypocrite.
Yep, she's stupid.
It all just make you wanna puke. The moral grandstanding, the virtue signalling, the emotional incontinence. At the end of
Die, Inuyasha!
I have no desire whatsoever to become human, but I shall take the Shikon Jewel nonetheless. So there. Finally, a way for me to become all demon at last. Ha! I won't let anyone call me a half-demon again.
Die, Inuyasha! I believed in you. I trusted you.
I never doubted you. Not for a minute. Yet you deceived me.
Inuyasha! Why did did you betray me, Inuyasha?
What's going on? Where's all that blood coming from?
Look closer, Inuyasha. Is that not the fatal wound you inflicted on Kikyo?
I inflicted? What are you saying? That I was the one who killed Kikyo?
Yes. It was your wounds that sealed her fate and ensured her demise.
There must be a mistake of some kind. I didn't kill her. I don't even remember wounding her.
Can ye be certain? These wounds did not...
For a demon so large, it was easy bringing it down.
It was too easy. There's something about this spider that rings false. Huh? Why? Kohaku, why did you slay Father and the others? No, don't, Kohaku!
Have you forgotten who I am?
What's going on? Halt, lad! Stop this madness!
Let him continue. It should prove to be entertaining.
Why do you do this, Kohaku? A web. A spider web. He's the one. You did this to him. You're finished.
The siblings have taken leave of their senses. Slay them.
Sango, what have I done? Kohaku. No! Sango!
Take aim and cast your arrows at the crazed siblings.
Kohaku. Help me, Sango. I'm so afraid. Do not worry. I'm right here with you.
A deathbed truce between siblings. How sweet.
My lord, you have slain your father!
This man is not my father. See for yourselves.
Some kind of beast! It's a demon!
Let me see, Kohaku. I will only hand over the sword after I see him. Naraku, turn Kohaku back to his former self immediately!
Killing me won't help. You should know that already. This is the fault of the sacred Shikon Jewel. Demons and evil humans desire the jewel, and out of that desire, demons attacked your village. That's why your father was killed. That's why your brother Kohaku's soul now wanders in darkness. It's all part of the curse of the sacred jewel.
Stop lying! You're the one who killed my father and comrades! You coveted the stupid jewel! You're responsible for everything!
People die because of the power of the sacred Shikon Jewel, and people live because of its power. There's no reason why you should despise the sacred jewel as much as you do. Remember, Kohaku was revived because of the jewel's power. You made a promise to exchange the sword for Kohaku's life. So, what will you do?
I despise you! I made no promise! You want my answer? Here it is!
you, the young lord of the castle.
Kagawaki was a noble lord. He gave all the demon slayers proper burials. Ah, yes, and I was the one who ordered for your care after the massacre.
You killed him.
Kagawaki is still alive. At least according to those I fooled into thinking I'm him.
Damn you! Die! No, Kilala, what's wrong?
Nothing can survive an attack of my poison gas. That also includes you, Sango.
What?
Well, Sango, will you agree to be my servant here with Kohaku? I remember Kagawaki's last command. He asked you to return to the castle.
Me be your servant in your dreams? Don't make me laugh, Naraku. My only goal is to destroy you. I will avenge my comrades. I will kill you.
Kohaku, come.
Huh? Resist Naraku!
Yes, Sango. Kill him. Kill your brother with your own hands. Slaughter him, and then burn with a desire to live. Pray to continue wandering in the world, and vow to do whatever you can to survive. When you kill Kohaku, and when you are bathed in his blood, the sacred jewel will glow brighter with the power of the dark. The more sullied it is, the more beautiful the sacred jewel becomes.
Kill you? What makes him think I'm able to kill you? I can't. Kohaku.
My sister.
Sango!
Sango! Oh no, Kilala, are you okay?
He made her brother do this to her?
Awful. How could he?
Naraku! Show yourself! Where are you? Kohaku killed his father and his fellow villagers. He massacred an entire town. Yet his sister says she cannot kill him. She saved Kohaku's soul from its torment. I want you to think about it. Your brother managed to escape my control and come to his senses. Yet you siblings still cannot be together. Why is that? It's because Kohaku is avoiding you. You, his loving and devoted sister. But who can blame him? After all, Sango, you saw everything. Every shameful act he committed. Like it or not, your very presence reminds Kohaku of his hateful past.
Is that all you have to say? That Kohaku is avoiding me? What's your point? I knew that already.
Sister.
Naraku. Kohaku may have been under your control, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed our father in cold blood. I too relive that day over and over again, just as Kohaku must. I know he feels anguish and shame for what he did, and that is exactly why I will not let him die. Until Kohaku can overcome that pain, until he is free, I will continue to fight you, Naraku!
Your resolve is admirable. Though sadly it won't be of much use to you.
The demonic energy grows stronger!
Hurry, Inuyasha! I can feel Kohaku's shard continuing to be defiled!
Sister, please, get out of here!
Kohaku!
Sister.
Naraku.
Naraku?
Yes, and it was this same demon who left me with this cursed hole in my right hand.
What sort of demon is this thing?
I know little of him except that he is very wicked and thought to devour people.
Yeah, go on.
According to Father, my grandfather battled Naraku long ago, in his youth. It was over 50 years ago. Their battle ensued for several years, and each time Naraku appeared before my grandfather, he took on the form of a different human.
He was a shapeshifter? Seriously?
They say that the last time he appeared before my grandfather, he took on the form of a beautiful woman. My grandfather had great spiritual powers, but unfortunately, as fate would have it...
Don't tell me. He was a lecher.
Remarkable intuition! Naraku pierced my grandfather's right hand with his sacred religious seeds and managed to escape.
The abyssal hole that I have cursed you with shall be passed down to your children and their children so long as I live. Each generation shall thus be cursed until no one remains.
Each year the hole in my hand becomes bigger and the wind ever more powerful. Unless I can defeat Naraku, I myself will eventually be devoured by the hole.
I do not even have to try. Your heart is plain for me to see.
It is all right for you to hate them. What did they do? They revered you as a saint and called you holy, and made you promise to become a living Buddha. The fools. Then they buried you alive in solitary darkness. Hate them. Hate them all.
Then Naraku came to the soul which was lost in darkness and gave it purpose. But hating people and protecting the evil demon Naraku, was that really what your heart desired?
遅かったな、犬やし。
ナラク、貴様よくも。
アビ姫、ご苦労だったな。
許さん。これは三叉戟が。
忘れたか。その三叉戟はわしの体の一部。わしのためによく働いてくれた。 褒美だ。苦しまぬよう葬ってやる。
ナラク、利用するだけしておいて。
ったく、毎度のことながらてめえのやり口には虫唾が走るぜ。
You admit deceiving me then, you audacious fool!
Do not forget, Kagura. I hold your heart right here in my very hands.
Naraku!
Nobody can kill me, not even Naraku himself.
Take this! Windstar!
Right. You're using your wind tunnel? Too late. Hold on. Why aren't they protecting me?
Well, well, isn't this interesting? It looks like Naraku's given up on you.
Silence! I cannot be killed!
Look out! I'll purify it.
I'm not like you, Kagura! I cannot be used up and thrown away like that!
Run, Kagura!
I am...
Sweet tunnel!
I am... possessed!
I have a very bad feeling. Huh? It's as if Naraku
Naraku.
Kagura, apparently Hakudoshi has died.
You know it couldn't have happened if you didn't want it to.
He was nothing but a fool, that Hakudoshi. It seems that he thought he could destroy me. Kagura, I shall grant you your freedom.
Huh? So you'll grant me my freedom?
You wish to be liberated from me, do you not? Isn't that why you disobeyed my orders, allowed Goryomaru to escape, and allied yourself with Hakudoshi?
If you were aware of it, then why... my heart.
That's right. If I were to return this to your body, you would no longer be under anyone's control. Not even mine. You'd be free at last.
It's back.
Not to worry. I was careful to avoid hitting your precious heart.
Naraku. Bastard!
Now you may go wherever you wish.
Damn, that bastard! He's cursed my body with miasma.
Enjoy what little time you have left to live. Of course it will be filled with only pain and despair. You didn't honestly believe you deserved a better fate than this, did you, Kagura? You longed for freedom.
When the Shikon Jewel, but the jewel's powers don't seem to be having any effect.
You still haven't figured it out, have you? Moriomaru is still vulnerable because he's unable to use the power of the Shikon Jewel.
Naraku, so you were alive all this time?
Foolish creature. Never realized that you were being consumed from within.
Damn it! My legs are stuck!
Even if you do consume Moriomaru from the inside, you'll never break through my barrier. What? How are they getting through?
These tendrils belong to a demon tree known as Yomeiju. It dissolves barriers to feast on demons. I had this specially prepared just for you. you'd be wise to accept it and return to my body.
Damn you! I'd rather die than be consumed by you!
Look at that!
The infant's coming out?
Get down! Adamant barrage!
You would abandon Moriomaru in order to escape from me, would you? Despite knowing that the minute you step out...
Higome! Moriomaru, you bastard!
Oh, but Moriomaru no longer exists.
Naraku, you actually survived?
This is the end.
All over now.
Over?
It isn't over, Kanna. Far from it. I've never seen such foolishness, allowing Kanna to escape after all the suffering she caused you. Your forgiveness and compassion truly sickens me. This is your final task, Kanna. You will take the lives of Inuyasha and his friends with your own.
What is it, Kanna? Don't you understand? You're free now.
Free. Kagura.
Now walk over to Inuyasha and his friends. I shall be watching over you till the end.
It's cracking! What's going on, Kanna? Do you know why this is happening?
Move. You must get closer to them, Kanna.
Huh? I can't... What is it you're trying to tell me?
Look out!
So, Kanna, now you're dead. Without having killed a single one of them, I might add. Do you regret your failure? What am I saying? How could you feel regret when you don't even have a heart?
You didn't have to die.
Is this, and I do not for one fucking second want to see some dumbass in the comments section say some stupid shit like, oh,
and thus set him on your path. Now do you understand? You did not come here of your own accord. I lured you here. I have often heard you humans refer to this as fate or destiny.
Once the threads of destiny become tangled, they cannot be undone. To walk down this path once more only confirms my cursed destiny.
Only the weak utter such nonsense. It is different for the truly powerful. They create this so-called fate or destiny with their own hands.
You're the one speaking nonsense, Naraku.
Oh yes, you were interested in finding out about my true aim. You wish to know? Then I shall tell you. You shall learn my purpose. What it is I need to accomplish at Mount Hakure. Here's your answer. Your imitation body is formed of bones and graveyard soil. You don't even bleed.
I curse you, Naraku.
You underestimated me, Kikyo. You came here feeling self-assured, so certain that I would not be able to kill you. You believed that as long as I had the heart of that worthless human, that pathetic bandit Onigumo who loved you with all his being. You believed I wouldn't harm you. I feel nothing even after wounding you so. No remorse, no sadness.
Does that mean his heart no longer beats inside you? I see. That's what Kagra had in her possession. His human heart.
The bottom of this crevice is filled with my miasma. An imitation body like yours will dissolve easily in a matter of seconds.
You feel towards me, not to mention your lingering affection for Inuyasha. Oh, isn't it a pity, Kikyo? Dying in the arms of your hated enemy, knowing that you will never again see your beloved Inuyasha. Narako! Let her go! Inuyasha.
Kikyo! I only have one arrow. I can't afford to miss.
There is only one way. You must shoot my wound using this bow. Only that can purify Naraku's contamination.
It's okay. I'll show them. I'll hit it.
Kikyo's spiritual energy is destroying Naraku! They're coming loose!
My Shiko Jewel Shards!
Who cares about that right now?
Kikyo's spiritual energy is fighting against Naraku's demonic energy. Can you see it, Kikyo? Naraku's in pain right now.
Kagome, the rest is up to you.
What? His demonic energy's overcoming it.
I've won.
Kagome. Protect the last shard. Protect Kohaku's light. This is something only you can do now.
You can't mean that! You'll be okay! And I couldn't possibly... Kikyo! But I shot you with the bow just like you wanted me to! It should have purified the wound!
Kikyo, it appears you've lost.
We shall see, Naraku. You'll only know whether I truly lost or not when you die.
Not so fast, Naraku! Only one shard left. And no one to stop me. We'll see how courageous you are without Kikyo protecting you. Huh? Kikyo! That's right, she's finished. She lost to my demonic energy.
Ish.
My real wish, you say? That's right. Now I remember. All I wanted was Kikyo's heart. It seems I won't be joining Kikyo.
There's not.
Number 4. To every villain who just sits around sending their minions to do their dirty work, I think we all know who reigns supreme in that category. Naraku from Inuyasha. Talk about the most disappointing build-up ever. The man is a creation of several demons mixed together, aka villainous ghetto spaghetti. He's notoriously known as one of the most dangerous demons overtaking the feudal era, and wants to become even more powerful when he gets his hands on the Shikon Jewel. For such a terrifying character, what does he mostly do? He sits on his ass a lot and sends his minions to do his
Secure. Unbelievable.
Yep, she's stupid.
Off guard.
Speaking of which, there actually is a villain in this series, known as Queen Beryl.
Yes, because no name is more terrifying than a wooden container.
Needs to do his job. With nearly 200 episodes featuring this guy being the main antagonist, you'd think he'd do more, but he doesn't. He travels from one spot to another, getting comfy and sending his minions to do everything.
They're showing him off! You really are that stupid, aren't
The final result when he actually consumes the entire Shikon Jewel. Instead of using his unstoppable powers to tear our team apart, he rather played mind games to mess with them and confuse them with more illusions. That is just sad and downright disappointing. And
I'm putting these two together because everyone who watched this show hated them equally. I've talked a lot about Naraku in the top 10 most satisfying deaths in anime, but to put it simply, it took too damn long to kill this bastard, and all because he was using cheap tricks to run away. Needless to say, everyone hated this villain for being such a cheap coward that just wouldn't die.
If Doug Walker was dumbass critic, then Robin has officially become the autistic critic, because she's that freaking retarded to not realize that Naruku from Inuyasha she claims is a useless, lazy villain without bringing up the fact that he's manipulative and cunning and causes pain and misery. If anything, you're the real villain here, Robin, because
意識そのものが君たちと私では異なっているのだ。教えよう。力というのはこういうものを言うのだ。極上天元妙。
そうや。アイゼン隊長が怖いのは強化水月を使えるからやない。強化水月は恐ろしい能力やけど、それ一つやったら殺されても従わへん奴は山ほどおる。あのデタラメなエスパー団がそれぞれの思惑はあれど、一つの集団として形を成し得てたのはただ一つ、強いからや。アイゼン隊長の全ての能力が他の誰ともかけ離れてるからや。強化水月に用心する？あかん、不用心や。他の全てに用心する？あかん、まだ不用心や。空が落ちるとか大地が裂けるとか、君らの知恵を総動員してあらゆる不運に用心しても、アイゼン隊長の能力はその用心のはるか上や。
ホローカか。言ったはずだ。君たちは不出来なアランカルもどきだと。本来アランカルたちを従えた私にアランカルもどきが歯向かうべきではないんだ。
みんな一体何をしてんだよ！
そがいつからや。いつから。面白いことを聞くね。君は知っているだろう。私の強化水月の能力は完全再現。いかなる時でも五感全てを支配し、あらゆる状況を錯覚させることができる。じゃあから一体いつから強化水月を使ってたかって聞いとんじゃ。ならばこちらも聞こう。一体いつから強化水月を使っていないと錯覚していた。
シロちゃん、どうして？
隙だらけだ、すべて。傷は負わせた。傷？こんなものが傷だと。超速再生。超速再生じゃない。私が捕虜化などすると思うか。これは主に対する防衛本能だ。どういう意味だ。それは宝玉だ。これが君の冷圧か。素晴らしい。よく成長したものだ。私の思い通りに。君は朽木ルキアと出会い、石田雨竜との戦いを経て死神としての力に目覚めた。あばらい蓮司との戦いで自らの残白刀の力を知り、ザラキケンパチとの戦いで挽回への足がかりをつかみ、朽木白夜との戦いでホロー化へと踏み出した。そしてグリム城との戦いでホロー化をマスターし、ウルキオラとの戦いでどうやらそれ以上の力を手に入れた。黒崎一郎、君の今までの戦いは全て私の手の上だ。
やっぱりてめえは下手くそだ。一号。
何よ、もうフォロー化してしもたんですか。
銀貨、 これで終わりですか？心配する必要はない。全ては予定通り。これから始まるんだ。ついにホロー化をマスターしたか。素晴らしい成長速度だ。さすがは。アイゼン様。要か。はあ。すべて準備が整いました。そうか。ここまでか。はいや、気にしなくていい。あとはウルキオラに任せよう。俺が守る。バカだ。素手で。今までの俺の戦いがてめえの手の上。なんだよそれ。どういうことだよ。どういうことだって聞いてんだよ。声を。そう声を荒げるな。黒崎一護。そんなに驚くことはないだろう。私はただ、君こそが私の探求における最高の素材になる。そう確信して、君の成長を手助けしてきた。そう言っているだけだ。おかしいと思わなかったのか。それまでの人生で、ホローを目にしたことさえなかった君が、朽木ルキアと出会ってすぐにホローに襲われたこと。クインシーがクズホローの滅却に使う蒔絵ごときで、メロスグランデが現れたこと。君が死神としての戦いに慣れ始めた頃、それまで霊圧の補足さえされなかった朽木ルキアが都合よく発見され、ソウルソサエティへ報告されたこと。あばらいレンジが、ザラキテンパチが、朽木白夜が、それぞれ皆、君の力が彼らの力と拮抗した状態にある時に戦っていること。一度もおかしいとは思わなかったのか。出会いは運命だと思ったか。待てよ。襲撃は偶然だと思ったか。待て。戦いの勝利は君の努力の結果だと思ったか。落胆させないでくれ。こんなものじゃないはずだ。今の君の力は。信じられないか、私の言葉が。当たり前だろ。だが、事実だ。嘘だ！今までの戦いが全部てめえのせいだと。全部てめえがそう仕向けたってのか。そんなもん誰が信じるかよ。てめえ前に言ったじゃねえか。自分がルキアを見つけた時は、ルキアは現世で行方不明になった後だったって。それなのに、ルキアに会った時から俺のことを知ってただと。筋が通らねえじゃねえか。面白いことを言う。今君は自分で言っただろう。嘘だ。そんなものは信じない。君は今の私の言葉は嘘だというのに、その時の私の言葉は嘘ではないというのか。無理もない。同情しよう。 この世界には最初から真実も嘘もない。あるのはただ厳然たる事実のみ。にもかかわらず、この世界に存在する全てのものは自らに都合のいい事実だけを真実と誤認して生きる。そうするより他に生きる術を持たないからだ。だが世界の大半を占める力なき者にとって自らを肯定するに不都合な事実こそがことごとく真実なのだ。君は事実の全てを知っているのか。朽木ルキアを現世駐在の任に就かせたのは誰か。アバライレンジの装備に冷圧探知能力をつけさせたのは誰か。副隊長たちへの報告に君たちの進行方向に関する情報を加えたのは誰か。私は本当に宝玉完成から100年以上もの間、そのありかを突き止められなかったのか。
一つ聞きて。あんたさっき言ったよな。俺があんたの探求の最高の素材になると確信したって。なんでだ？何を根拠にそう確信した？ルキアに会った時から俺を見てたってんなら、言ってみろ。一体いつそう確信したんだ？
最初からだ。
適当なこと言ってんじゃん。
わからないか。最初からだと言っているんだ。私は君が生まれた時から君のことを知っている。君は生まれた瞬間から